So, you are Hudson Soft and Red, creating a sequel to the f***ing awesome shooter Gate of Thunder. What do? Well, first off, you design a title screen like this. And you create some new amazing music tracks, like this. Then, just as before, you design a really cool opening sequence, introducing the storyline and enemies. And finally, you change things up, making it a different shooting experience, yet familiar in its awesomeness. Lords of Thunder takes a more fantasy approach to its design, weapons, and enemies, as you control a warrior out to stop the evil Zaggart from destroying the lands of Mistral. No more hunting dog this time. Make room for Landis. There are 7 distinct levels, each with a unique theme, such as ice and snow, fire, earth, etc. However, this game takes a less linear path by allowing you to choose which order to play the first 6. In my Gate of Thunder review, I mentioned that in Stage 1 you were immediately bombarded with enemies, multi-scrolling backgrounds, multiple locations, and explosions. Yeah, well, the same can be said for its sequel, as there are a ton of fun enemies and designs no matter which stage you play first. As before, the levels are all very long and diverse with some really great imagination. Lords also has that variety factor, as the levels begin horizontal, but then tend to veer off into a diagonal. Then the background will change into something different, then a weird enemy will appear out of nowhere. See, that variety is just amazing, and one of my favorite things keeping this series from ever getting stale. I mean, look here. We have the water, where you'll find... Whoa, hey, wait, hey! Where'd the water go? Well, anyway, bubbles. How could you not love Hey! Quit pushing me! Damn it! See? Variety. In Lords, before each stage, you can choose the armor and weapons of your choice. There are 4 types, including fire, earth, wind, and water. Each has its own method of shooting and bombing, allowing you to select the best one for each stage. The more energy you possess, the more powerful the weapon is, thereby making it necessary to not get hit. Yeah, nice wish. Also, when you get close to an enemy, Landis uses his sword thing to slash away. Before each stage, you can also purchase items from a shop, including bombs, shields, and more. You definitely want to stock up on hearts and elixirs to replenish your energy once depleted. How do you afford these items? By constantly collecting crystals left behind. There are a ton of them, and if you get addicted to collecting stuff like me, this can be super fun. Oh man, I love it. Sorry. Unlike in Gate, there are a lot of mystical and biological creatures with a less mechanical feel. Just as before though, some of them are huge and seem like mini-bosses in and of themselves. Speaking of bosses, I love how they first appear, seemingly a puny little unremarkable foe, then wham, they grow to the entire screen. Oh, hell. From a graphical standpoint, Lords is very impressive. Very colorful, with multi-scrolling galore and a ton of detail. There is a lot of dimension and a lot of invention. An overall excellent looking game and a TurboDuo standout. Once again, the sound in Lords is fantastic with excellent music. The sampled sound effects package is not as impressive as Gate, but there is still enough variety to make sure it doesn't get boring or bland. The control is great, and even though this time you cannot customize the speed, I never felt like Landis was sluggish or unresponsive. Once again, button 2 continuously fires, but this time button 1 shoots out a bomb, which you can carry up to 3. The game has a great feel and great control, so thumbs up. You definitely want to try and save crystals early on to make sure you have enough in order to stock up on elixirs for the final stage, and especially the final boss. He is super hard with 3 different forms. The game also allows you into the shop before this final battle and lets you select a different attack and armor if you wish. Unlike Gate of Thunder, which had a slow ramp up in difficulty, Lords seemed pretty balanced in the first 6 stages, then slammed you on the final one. Now trust me, the first 6 are not a walk in the park, but the balance overall is not as solid as the previous game. When you continue, you are transported to either the beginning of the stage or right before a boss battle, which is kinda nice. Lords has a few levels you can choose from, including normal, hard, and super. But it doesn't quite give you that hunger to necessarily defeat it multiple times, mostly because of this lack of balance in that final stage. However, it is still an amazing game, and you can see why it has become a highly popular shoot-'em-up for the TurboDuo. Gate of Thunder raised the bar pretty high in terms of a horizontal shooter, while Lords of Thunder is a very worthy and excellent sequel, keeping the fun and uniqueness of the original while adding new weapon systems, shops, and a slightly non-linear feel. If you own a Super CD, both Thunder shoot-'em-ups are a no-brainer to pick up in my opinion, and represent some of the best of the TurboDuo.